Good morning, my friends, and happy Saturday. We slept in this morning, and it was delightful. We got in really late from playing poker last night, had such a good time. Second week in a row, we played poker because Adam was home and he wanted to play. Adam was the big loser last night. How much did you lose, Adam?
$19.
That's a lot for us because it's a $5 buy-in and every chip is only 10 cents. Adam lost $19. My brother was the big winner. He won $29. That is unheard of in our poker games.
19 of it was Adams.
19 of it was Adams. But generally the big winner in our poker games wins, what, 10, 11 bucks?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was like crazy last night. My brother had a horseshoe stuck up his butt. He could not lose. Adam could not win. And through no fault of his own, he just got really crappy cards. And then he would we play a lot of games with wild cards. He'd get 4 aces. Somebody would get 5 aces.
What kind of shirt is everybody wearing?
So, Andrew's yelling down about what we're all wearing to the party. That's my next thing. We have Madison Rose's first birthday party today. I cannot believe that little girl is over a year already. I can't believe it. I mean, you remember the video when we got to meet her when she was 2 weeks old, and it feels like yesterday. So we're very excited. The party's about 2 hours away, so it's quite a drive. They live in Maryland. And then Adam goes back to Maryland tomorrow for school. So he'll be, yeah. So we will bring you along to the party. I'll insert a picture of Madison Rose's first birthday shoot. Her party theme is Maddie's first rodeo. So, it's going to be like a barn, Western type theme. So cute. So cute. I was going to wear a flannel shirt, but I'm like, I'm not going to be that aunt. Anyway, so we are just going to get breakfast made. I have a ton of guacamole left over from cards last night. So don't want to waste it. We are having guac toast and eggs. I'll show you when that's done and just bring you along for the weekend. Okay, this is breakfast. It looks so pretty, and then I cut it up and forgot to film before I cut it up. It is 2 pieces of my homemade bread. That's 4 points. A 1/4 cup of homemade guacamole. I have to look up the points. And 2 dippy eggs on top, or runny eggs, or overlight eggs, whatever you call them, for 0 points. As always, points and calories will be on the screen. But that is breakfast this morning, along with a cup of tea, in which I have a 1/2 teaspoon of sugar for 8 calories and 0 points. But I'll probably have more later, so the points will go up, because I'll use a full teaspoon with my next cup of tea. It'll be another 1/2, so that's 1. And about a teaspoon of milk. So that's breakfast this morning. And we got to get moving and get our act together and get dressed and get out this door. I cannot believe it. We are out on time. We wouldn't have been because I really wanted to stay and clean up the house a little bit because it's a little bit messy and I do not like to leave a messy house. But we got in so late last night and there were so many dishes and we did most of them last night, but it's just a little messier than I like to leave it. But guess what? So be it. But we are out on time. Stopped by the post office. Thank you so much for the card, Bernadette. That was so nice of you. She always sends cards for every occasion and it is just so sweet. So thank you so much. And we are dropping Aria off at my brother's. They are not going to the party today. So we are dropping Aria off with them to spend the day there. Zelda will have the house to herself. And that's about it. Everybody's listening to podcasts.
Not me, I'm driving.
Well, you're going to listen to a podcast. Doug and I are going to listen to our Catechism in a Year podcast while we're driving. And I am going to work on my website because it is still not updated. I'm going to work on that while we're driving. And then I think we're going to listen to the Stronger Marriages podcast. So that's an account I follow on Instagram. It's, what are the names? Trey and Leah. Is that right? I really like their Instagram. I mean, Doug and I have been married for 33 years. We have what I conceive is a wonderful marriage, but I don't know. I always think there's room for improvement. I always think, especially when you're married so long, that sometimes you forget the little things. And I really, really like their Instagram, and I really like what they have to say. We are doing their book right now. It is the 60-day marriage challenge. And it's just a fun little book. There's 60 different, like, very short little marriage challenges just to kind of remind you of what's important and who is important and all that stuff. So it's a really neat little book. I got it on my Kindle. It's Kindle Unlimited. It's free on Kindle Unlimited, and I have that subscription. So I was able to download it to my Kindle and Doug's Kindle. So we just are using that. Anyway, that's it. It's going to be a 2-hour ride now. So like I said, we're going to listen to podcasts. I just realized my butt was getting really hot. Doug warmed me up with the seat warmer. Like I said, we're going to listen to our podcast and work on my website. So try to use every available minute of the day for things. So anyway, safe travels for us, and I'm sure I'll talk to you. Happy first birthday, Madison Rose. Are you going to smile for me? Why are all these people here? Hi, Madison. Hi. No highs. Oh, what?
You want your phone? When you go through training, do it undercover.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Madison. Happy birthday to you.
She's like, what?
Get it, Madison!
I'm just calling out.
Yummy, yummy.
The boys are here.
Is it strawberry?
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
Is that good?
She's going back.
So nice.
She's going back for more.
Thank you. It's the perfect size. I'm surprised it fits over your hair. My other hair wouldn't have fit. Ask her there. My other hair. It would have disappeared into the hair.
And no, it's not. I was like, what? It's crazy.
I gotta get a picture of her. He's like cheesing like I've never seen.
Laura's wedding, we went to the bar at the hotel. My husband was so Yay! Mama and her baby.
So you go in hard to explain. You're like, and your back leg is, you're not at 12-6 right now. You're at 7. You know what
What you eating? We are finally home. It was such a wonderful, wonderful day celebrating little Miss Madison Rose. Such a huge turnout for her and a lot of Jersey folks. So it just shows how much we love Luke and Brooke and Madison Rose, that everybody trekked a couple hours. My one nephew drove over 3 hours to get there. So just super duper fun. Great seeing everyone. Totally missed my nephew Alex and his beautiful girlfriend Mila, but they got snowed in. They live in the Poconos and were snowed in and could not get the car out of the driveway. So they didn't make it, but we had a really great time. I did fantastic with my eating. I was thrilled with how I did. It was Maddie's first rodeo, so they kind of had like barbecue. I'm making the broken one for Arya. They had barbecue. They had it catered from what was it called? Red Hot and Blues?
Yes.
Brooke's mom made pulled pork. So I had about a quarter cup to a half a cup of pulled pork. I had 2 thin slices of brisket. I had a quarter cup of mac and cheese and a little piece of cornbread. That was it. Stayed away from everything else, stayed away from all the bread, stayed away from all the stuff in like heavy. I did have a piece of birthday cake and it was very good. Picked the smallest piece there was and it was delicious. Did you have cake?
It was a thick piece of cake.
Brooke was cutting the cake
This thing was
huge.
like that. I swear.
Oh, they were
I swear
thick.
to you, it was
They
that
were thick, and she was cutting them big, but I got a little piece.
That cake did its squats. That cake did not mess around on leg day. I'll tell you what.
So, and the food was delicious, wasn't it?
So good. I didn't even have that much though. When I got there, I had like 2 plates, maybe not even like. I had 1 piece of brisket, pulled pork, because I was weary about it. When I had it, I was like, damn, that's pretty good. So I went in for only another slice of brisket, so a little bit of pulled pork. The mac and cheese was really good too. Mac and cheese was so good. 1 slice of cake, and then like picked on like maybe 2 or 3 Hawaiian rolls, and that's it.
I had a big plate of veggies and dip before I even ate any food.
I didn't see that until we were about to leave.
It was right out.
I didn't see it.
Because everybody was standing around and eating. I had a huge plate of...
I was in the garage.
Yes, because that's where the beer was.
I consumed a good amount of calories in beer and carbs.
Not me. I had a huge plate of veggies and dip, so I was proud of myself on how well I did.
Good for you.
So anyway, we are home. It was wonderful. You saw I videoed as best I could, and now I'm going to straighten up, put my pajamas on, and sit and read my book. I'm reading a Dewberry Farms mystery right now. I love those books. I forget who it's by. I don't know. I'll let you know. Adam and I went out and put the girls to bed and collected eggs. Somebody stepped on an egg. We don't think it was pecked, because if it was pecked, they would have eaten it. But somebody stepped on an egg. I'll turn you around and show you. And that egg and the other egg that were right next to it are so dirty because somebody stepped on it with dirty feet. All the other eggs are very clean. But somebody stepped on it with dirty feet, and the egg next to it got some egg on it and got a little dirt. So Adam's going to wash that up and actually eat it because he's a little hungry. And the broken one I'm going to cook up for Aria. So I'll show you those, and then that's my night. There they are. See, this one you could tell it got stepped on, because if it was pecked, man, they would have eaten that sucker up. And then this one was next to it, so it got really dirty because it's wet because of the yolk. But everything else looks really good. So calling it a night, my friends. I will see you in the morning. Good sunny Sunday morning, my friends. We are up, moving, on time. We remembered the clock. Well, all of our clocks pretty much do it automatically, except the microwave, the oven, and the thermostat. And I did remember to fix all those this morning. So we are heading to church. Notice it's just 3 of us. No Adam. He is going back to school today. I know, that week went way too fast. And he is going to go to church at school with Bella and the track team tonight. So he's still in bed. Actually, I heard him moving around up there. He wants to get back at a decent time, so I think he's leaving pretty much as soon as we get home from Mass. He likes to drive during the day, not at night, and he likes to get back, get settled, get unpacked, get ready for the week, because classes do start tomorrow, and he has a very short week. He will go to class on Monday and Tuesday, and then he leaves Wednesday to go down to Myrtle Beach. Every year there's a big track meet in Myrtle Beach called the Connie Mack Shamrock Invitational. It is a 3-day, I think, track meet, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So it's pretty nice. They stay in an oceanfront condo because it's off season, so they can get it pretty cheap. So he will be traveling there on Wednesday and not be back until Sunday. So that's exciting for them. What else? So yeah, so he just wants to get back and, you know, make sure he's got everything packed and ready for that, and also get all his work from his professors to take with, that kind of stuff. What else did I want to tell you? There was one other thing. Adam going back. I don't remember. Because I have done nothing in the last couple days, I have so much to do today when we get home. I did not get my house clean on Friday like I normally do, and it's gross for me. So the house needs to be cleaned. I think I need to make bread today. I need to clean out the refrigerator. Oh my gosh. Everything is just shoved in there. That needs to get cleaned out. So, you know, we do try to keep Sundays for a day of rest, but honestly, we've had day of rest on Friday and Saturday, or day of fun, so I just need to get some things done today. I need to set myself up for a productive week, and if my house is messy or dirty, it makes my anxiety go crazy, and I'm not productive, and I'm not, yeah, so that's my goal today. What's your goals? What are you doing today, mister?
Me? Helping you?
Well, you don't have to do that. I'm sure you have your own things to do.
I'd like to get the chickens out.
Oh, 100%. I figure you would. I figure you had outside work to do, and you would let the chickens run around while you were out there.
Yeah.
We have to go. We need to go to either Home Depot or Lowe's or Walmart or somewhere and get several large trash cans. We put all of our chicken coop droppings into trash bags, and they are piled in the back of the yard. They make amazing compost, but it takes like 18 months for them to compost down to be safe to use them in your garden. If not, they're too acidic and they'll burn the plants. Well, the trash bags are starting to compost down, and we know this. We keep saying we have to get trash cans, and we just haven't done it. So I think that is on.
Yes, that's on the list.
That's on the list, is to get some trash cans, get some holes drilled in those, and transfer all of the chicken coop clean out dropping stuff from the trash bags into the trash cans. Plus, it will just compost nicer. I mean, if you have a compost, you know how quickly things compost down. So, because we keep that separate from like our kitchen compost, just because that's in the back of the yard. The kitchen compost is in the front of the yard. It's just easier. So yeah, just a busy day after a couple days of absolute fun. So I'd rather keep the fun going, but you know, you can't do that. As soon as we get home though, I am going to make brunch. We're going to have cream chip beef. Andrew wants his over toast. I want mine over eggs.
Both.
So anyway, that's it. Oh, and we have a job at church today. We did not sign up for a ministry. We're not, nobody's a Eucharistic or extraordinary minister or anything like that, but Doug is on a committee. I think I've talked about this before. The year 2023 in the Catholic Church is the year of the Eucharist. It's like a Eucharistic revival. It's a worldwide Eucharistic revival, not just in the United States, not just in Jersey, not just in Incarnation Parish. It is worldwide. And there are several events going on worldwide for it. In our particular diocese on March 25th, they're having this Eucharistic revival Congress thing where they're going to have speakers about the Eucharist, and the Eucharist is very important in the Catholic religion. We hold a few different beliefs than other denominations. It's very important to us, and they're finding that people are not having the same beliefs and holding it in the same importance that it should be. So that's why they're doing this. But we're having this Eucharistic Congress in our diocese, and unfortunately everything has to be done online to sign up. It's all free. Tickets are free and all that, and our church is running buses, free buses, so nobody has to drive to it. It's only from us, it's only about 20 minutes away in Camden, at a huge like concert venue. But you have to do all the tickets and everything online, and some of the older people just don't get that. So Doug is on this Eucharistic Congress committee, and at their meeting the other night, they came up with the idea to have people at church who are computer savvy bring their laptops, and after Mass, help people sign up to get their free tickets. So, because they use Eventbrite, so I've got 3 laptops down here at my feet in my bag. So Andrew, Doug, and I will set up a table. Well, the table's already set up from the other Masses, and we will sign people up to get their free tickets. So that's exciting. Hopefully we'll have a lot of people sign up. So I think the bus can hold like 106 people. We have 2 buses. I think it's like 106, 110 people. Doug and I signed up weeks ago for it. We got our tickets, we got our spots on the bus, but now Doug has to go to a funeral that day. One of the deacons in his cohort, his son was killed in an automobile accident. Very, very tragic, very tragic. And it happened down south, it happened in Tennessee. But they're having services up here. They're having massive Christian burial and everything up here on March 25th, which is the same day as the Eucharistic Congress. So Doug is not going to the Congress. He feels that he needs to be there for, his fellow deacon brother. So Andrew's going in Doug's place, which Andrew could have signed up on his own, but now he doesn't have to. So that'll be good. Doug's really sad that he's missing it, especially since he's on the committee, but you have to pick and choose, and being with his brother candidates to support their other brother candidate, I believe, is where he needs to be, and so does he. So anyway, so that's what we're doing. A whole lot of talking for a whole lot of explanation. So I will catch you when we're home and eating or making brunch. It is a really high point brunch today. I'm just gonna have half a serving of the cream chip beef, and I'm gonna have mine over eggs, like I said, since the eggs are less points, less calories than, say, bread or potatoes. And it's absolutely delicious over eggs. I don't know, I'll probably end up having a piece of toast too to go with it. We'll see. And then, we don't eat lunch on Sundays. And then tonight for dinner, I have London broil defrosting. So hoping that defrosts quickly. I have it in a big bowl of water because I need to marinate it. I forgot to take it out yesterday. I thought about it several times before we left for the party and just forgot. So I want to get that marinating. I'm going to make some roasted sweet potatoes to go with it, and some sort of vegetable. And sauteed mushrooms and some sort of vegetable. So it should be delicious. And with the High Point breakfast, the London broil is not bad at all in points. It's such a lean cut of meat. And, the sweet potatoes are like 3 or 4 points. Mushrooms, I'll throw a point out for the butter I use. And vegetable will be 0. So it should be a good eating day. Nice and on plan. That is the plan. So we will see. I will talk to you all in a little bit. Okay, sitting down to brunch, and I have 2 points worth of potatoes, 0 points worth of eggs. I have a half a serving of the cream chip beef. That is 5 points. The eggs are 0, the potatoes are 2. And 1 slice of bread for 2 points with 1 point's worth of butter. So that is my brunch. I cannot wait to eat it. It looks and smells delicious. Oh, and of course, tea. You want to know what the worst part about spring break or Easter break or Christmas break is?
Gotta go back.
Gotta go back. He's happy because he gets to see Bella and all his friends and get to go to the cool track meet in Myrtle Beach. But
Yeah, that's cool.
I think I forgot to tell you when I was talking about it, it's at Coastal Carolina University. So he'll have a good time. But we miss him so much when he's gone. But he'll be back in, 3 weeks for Easter?
Up.
So, yeah. So say goodbye, Adam.
You'll see me soon.
Oh, and while I'm talking about Adam, I am going to link Adam, you all know he did the 24 and 24 challenge. I talked about that. He rocked it. He did fantastic. It was awesome. He vlogged it and put it up on his little YouTube channel. So I will link his video down below if you want to watch it. He just kind of vlogged like every hour, just a little, it's like 15
Snippet.
minutes long, just a little
Yeah.
snippet about how he was feeling and what he was doing and all that. So I will link it down below if you'd like to go give it a watch. And that's it. So you guys will see Adam hopefully in a couple weeks. I've not picked up the camera because there has been nothing to show you today. Nope, nothing. I told you my house was a freaking disaster. So I cleaned my house, mostly my kitchen. Oh my gosh. My kitchen was just, there was just stuff everywhere because I've been cooking so much this weekend. Like Friday I cooked all day, and actually Saturday we weren't home all day. And there was still stuff left over from Friday that I needed to clean up. So I got everything cleaned up, nothing to show you there. And now, and like I scrubbed the coffee pot, like the coffee pot looks brand new. I mean, coffee pots get stained. It's a stovetop percolator, so the bottom gets, you know, cleaned out my sourdough jar. Ooh, look at that, it's so clean. I said I should have fed it before I put it back in and it would still be even cleaner. And I started doing something with my sourdough. I'm not sure if I told you. A couple months ago, maybe a month and a half, Doug was moving my sourdough and almost dropped it. The lid fell off and shattered, so I had to get a new jar. But my thought was, oh my gosh, what if Doug or me or Andrew or Adam or somebody dropped the jar and broke it? My sourdough is almost 3 years old and it is so mature and so bubbly and just so perfect. I would be devastated if I had to start from scratch. So now I keep a little jar of sourdough. I've got my big jar that I use to work out of. And then I have this little one that I keep in the fridge and I feed it every like 2 weeks or so, just in case, God forbid, something ever happens to my big jar. I have this one to fall back on. This is like the baby. I just took it out of the big jar and put it in there. So I feel better having a backup. So I got all those jars fed and I got that cleaned up. I got a new jar of sprouts going. I only have 2 jars going at a time. This one will be ready to feed them tomorrow. We do broccoli sprouts. I feed them to the chickens. I had eggs everywhere. Oh my gosh, I had so many eggs. Somebody texted me this morning and she's like, can I buy 2 dozen eggs? I'm like, yes, you can. So now my eggs are back down again to a manageable level. But I know by Tuesday, I'll have sold 3 more dozen. So they need to keep working. What else? And I need a bunch tomorrow because tomorrow's soup and scripture. And I am making pineapple upside down cake for soup and scripture tomorrow. I have that recipe. It's not a WW recipe. I have it on my website. Normally I make it in a 9x13 with pineapple rings. It makes 12 slices. Well, 12 slices isn't going to cut it for soup and scripture. I'd have to make a bajillion of them. So for soup and scripture, I'm going to make it with crushed pineapple. That way I can cut the slices smaller because we do not need huge amounts of dessert. It is supposed to be a simple Lenten supper, you know, something humble, something. So I just make small pieces. So that's going to be on the agenda for tomorrow. Either with the babies in the morning, I will let them help me, or while they're napping. Just depends on the day. Depends on how everybody's mood is. I got my sweet potatoes all cut up, ready to go in the oven to be roasted for dinner. I got my mushrooms ready to be done, sauteed for dinner. My London broil is marinating. I use a marinade that came out of the South Beach Diet Cookbook. I don't even measure anymore. I think it's 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a half cup of red wine, 3 cloves of garlic, a couple tablespoons of fresh parsley. I didn't have fresh, I used dried, a bay leaf, some oregano. Like I said, I don't even measure anymore. I just dump it in and it is delicious. And I don't count marinade. I don't count it for calories and I don't count it for points. I don't care that there's olive oil in it. It's negligible. negligible what you are eating. Now, I know some people who measure out the marinade and point it out before they put the meat in, and then they measure it out after they take the meat out. I don't. I just don't count it. You do you, and if you feel like you need to count it 100%, you count it. I just don't bother. So that's all done. What else am I doing? I told you Orla just left. She came to buy her eggs. I'm so excited. She's getting her chickens in a couple of weeks. I'll miss her as an egg customer because she is the sweetest young lady. But I'm so excited for her. So I told her if she needs any help whatsoever to please reach out. We will be more than happy to help them. I guess that's about it. Doug ran to Walmart to buy trash cans. Okay, and why are trash cans so expensive? Can somebody explain this to me? He just wants regular trash cans, nothing fancy. Like, we have really nice trash cans for our trash, like with the hinge lid and on the wheels with the handle and all. But for compost, we just get trash cans, like with a snap-on lid, no wheels, because it's for compost. We just drill a bunch of holes in them, put a bungee cord on the top so we can roll them around, and that is it. Oh my goodness, $50 a trash can. That's insane. It's insane. $50, put your trash in it. In our case, to put chicken poop in. I don't know how many he got. We should have gotten a minimum of 4, but I don't know if he did. I don't know what he was thinking. And we didn't talk about it before he left because I was on the phone. I'm hoping he got a minimum of 4 of them because we have a lot of chicken compost that needs to go in these things. So I don't know. We'll see. But he's on his way home now, and he's going to work on that. We're going to let the chickens out to run around, and I'm pretty much done. I have to go check upstairs and just straighten up a little bit up there. Andrew was doing laundry, so I really want to do a little bit of laundry today. But Andrew was doing laundry, so I'm not sure where he's at. He has been studying all day for his praxis. He takes that on April 14th, so he's been studying hard on that. Adam is back to school safely. Bella is back to school safely. Anne is back in Connecticut safely. She went back on Friday. So my house is a little bit quiet now. Andrew's hoping that now that he got his sub certificate, that he will start subbing, if not tomorrow, maybe Tuesday. He goes through a place called ESS, or Source for Teachers. And you basically go on the app every morning, even before the morning, and you can sign up for sub jobs. So I'm hoping that he has to talk to his contact at ESS, I guess, to get access to the app and all, but he really wants to start subbing, and I really want him to start subbing. Although I do love having him home. He's such a big help, but he needs to get working. So I guess that's it. Sorry for this not so much to do day. I still have to do my floors, but I was waiting. I think I'm going to wait until after I'm completely done cooking to do my floors. I guess that's it, though. The house is nice and clean. Good way to start off the week. I love starting off. I like starting off the weekend with a clean house, but it just didn't happen this weekend. And that's okay. Sometimes life gets in the way, and sometimes there's more things in life than cleaning a house. And we had that, we played poker Friday night, and I cooked all day for that. And Saturday we celebrated Madison Rose. And yeah, cleaning can wait. The dirt's still going to be there. As long as the health department doesn't come and knocking at my door. And it's not, my house doesn't get dirty. It just gets cluttery. There was just stuff on the counter that didn't need to be there. I did something with Scotch tape and it got left on the counter. And some of the stuff from poker got left on the counter. But now I'm just rambling. So I'm going to stop rambling, and I am going to go saute some mushrooms and yeah, wait till Doug comes home. My guys are the best. Look at that. They stopped and bought me balloons. JPP. I hit 15,000 subscribers on YouTube the other day, and look at that. How sweet are they? They got me some congratulations balloons and even personalized them for me. Do I have the best guys or what? They are just the sweetest. So I was wrong. Doug ended up buying the bougie trash cans with the wheels and the lid, the hinge lid and everything. Because these were...
They're not, the lids are not hinged.
Oh, they're not hinged. Okay. Well, these are just a lot bigger and they'll hold more. So
we got a lot of poop.
we got a lot of, yeah, I explained that we get a lot of poop. So we're going, he's going to go back there and see all those bags back there in that corner. They're all going to disappear now and go into these trash cans. So it'll definitely make for a better setup. You know, always trying to improve the way things are done. Progress, not perfection, on our little suburban homestead here. Oh, there is Kono looking around. Up. And here comes Hermione. Or is that, wait a minute, I always have to look. Nope, that's not Hermione. That's Daisy. I have to see them next to each other to know which one is which. Daisy has, where's my finger? Daisy's blacker on her head. And they just realized that Doug opened the gate to the garden. They don't have much longer to be in that garden because in about 4 weeks, we will be planting potatoes and onions. So exciting. I just found something out that makes me sad. I was looking at an Instagram post of somebody I follow, and she had a link to an article. Now, you know, we don't really use much plastic in our house. We use mostly glass. I really don't use, I have a couple of Rubbermaid things, like, because they're tiny, tiny that I use, but we don't use plastic to store food or anything. I try not to use, we don't use like, I try not to use anything like from the Dollar Tree just because I just don't know like BPAs and all that kind of stuff. It's just me. I mean, you know, everybody's can feel free to do what they want. It's just me. But I just found out, I saw an article, somebody linked an article. Vintage Tupperware cups. Now, I have stainless steel measuring cups that I absolutely love and use all the time, but these were my mama's, and they kind of just hold a special place in my heart, and I'll reach for these if my stainless steel ones are dirty. And I just found out through this article, incredibly high levels of lead and arsenic, and some other stuff, mercury and cadmium also found in these. Guess where they went? Right in the trash. Because, yeah, no. And it said the older they are, which they were my mother's, the older they are, the worse they probably are because they've been used so much and washed so much and all that, that it's like any protective coating is probably gone. So they're just leaching stuff. Totally freaked me out. And I know, don't come at me. I know stuff we breathe. I know all that. I can control what I will control what I can control and deal with what I can't control. And this is something I feel like I can control. So, and I was like, if you watch Kim Over to Girl on her phone, she was talking about the Corelle dishes the other day. So right away I sent the link to her and she's like, no. I'm like, yes. She's like, oh my gosh. And she started researching and she's like, oh my gosh, so much of the vintage Tupperware, anything pre-2010. Yeah. So, and that's why I don't buy a lot of stuff from Dollar Tree. Anything that has to do with food, I'm not buying from Dollar Tree. Anything like Temu, I think it's called. It's all from like China and places, and they don't regulate like the United States regulates. I just don't trust it. You know, you always have to look, especially if you buy stuff from Dollar Tree. If it doesn't say non-BPA, it's got BPA in it. Like all those cute little like Paw Patrol cups for little kids and like the little sippy bottles and stuff. Most of them don't say non-BPA. So just check. Just check. Do what you're comfortable with, but just check. So yeah, I told Kim, I said, well now, like I have a bunch of like my mom's vintage Tupperware down the basement, like that Harvest yellow, no, it was harvest green or harvest gold, I don't know, like bowls and stuff. I never use them. They're sitting on a shelf. But it's the emotional attachment to them. Now I have zero emotional attachment to them, and I don't mind throwing them away. So that's kind of a good thing, because they're just sitting there collecting dust anyway. And, you know, so yeah, they're going now. So that'll free up a little space. But anyway, that's that. Just sharing that. Take the information and do with it what you want. If it doesn't bother you and you're fine with it, then that's okay too. We are all different creatures, and we have to do what we are comfortable with. Everybody's different. I don't think any different of you. Just don't think any different of me. We do what we are comfortable with. We do what works for us, and we do what works for our families in everything in life. What we put in our kitchens, what we put in our bodies, what we put on our bodies, all that kind of stuff. You do you, I do me, and as long as we support each other and don't judge and don't come at each other, it's all good. Just information. And I screwed up dinner because everything is done except the meat. The meat's not even on yet. I was busy. I put the potatoes in thinking, oh, they're going to take forever. Yeah, they didn't. So now I got to keep those warm while I get the meat done. I was up in my room folding laundry, and does time ever get away from you? Because it got away from me today. Okay, sitting down to dinner tonight, I have roasted sweet potatoes and London broil, sauteed mushrooms, and corn on the cob from the freezer. So I'm excited about this dinner tonight. It looks delicious. Well, my friends, this weekend has come to an end, but not before one more thing. So you know all the craziness that's going on with WW. They bought that company that will be providing telehealth visits to use the Ozempic. I'm not on board with that. If you want to use medication, if you want to have surgery, whatever works for you, I am supportive of. I'm just not supportive of WW doing it, because I think that should be between you and your doctor, not a telehealth doctor. That's just me. I think you should go see your doctor in person so they can monitor you closely in person, monitor your blood pressure, check your blood, all that kind of stuff that you can't get from a telehealth doc. But that's just me. Like I said, I'm all for it. If you need help, like Kim says, it's a tool. Any tool you need to help you lose weight, you use. You use the tools. I'm just not thrilled with WW doing it. And now, y'all probably got the same emails about how so many meetings are closing, or if they're not closing completely, they're reducing their hours. Around here, it's big time. Now, I go to a franchise, so that's not happening with the franchise, although somehow my account is screwed up. I go to a franchise, but I don't get any emails from the franchise. I get them all from international. Like, I was extended a year, but franchises aren't doing that. But international extended me a year. But the meeting I go to is a franchise. So my account is all screwed up. I'm not saying a word because I kept getting extended during COVID. I kept, even way after COVID, I've got extended for a year. I don't have to weigh in for a year. And now we know why they're doing this, because they're closing everything. So many. They are closing so many. Now, they also said that they would start putting them in remote locations like churches and stuff like that. But looking at the list I was looking at, there's a lot of them closing. If I didn't have it for free, I would definitely be out and start using like the Healthy app. Because if you can't go to a meeting, it's a lot cheaper to use the Healthy app. It's exactly like the WW app. You can scan, you can do everything. Plus, there's a whole bunch of different plans if you like one of the older plans better. So, just saying. I used to be the biggest cheerleader for WW. I was. Then when Personal Points came along, I stopped cheering a little because of so many things going up in points. A lot of the Whole Foods going up in points. I felt like I was being penalized for eating a clean diet. But I could have like the Frankenfood for hardly any points, but God forbid I eat something good and I was penalized. So I haven't been the biggest supporter since personal points. But like I said, I get it for free. So I can't complain. Now what's going to happen after this year extension? Is there going to be meetings around? Who knows? Who knows? But that's what's going on. So check your email. See if you got an email. If you didn't see an email, check your spam folder, because Danielle over at Danielle Nicole, hers was in her spam folder. So yours might be there too. So check there. I really hope and pray that your meetings are still available to you and that they are, within a normal distance and all that. I really do. If it's something that you need and it's part of your toolbox, I hope you guys are not affected by it. But I just feel like it's one more thing. And like I said, I don't know if I had to pay, I don't think I would be sticking with it. I really don't. Just because there's other options out there, especially if you're not going to the meetings. So anyway, that's my last rant of the day. I know it's been a day, hasn't it, with the rants? I guess that's it. Definitely a boring day today. I got a lot done though. I got my house cleaned. I got dinner cooked. Got lunches made for Doug tomorrow. Not sure what's going on with Andrew yet. He's still figuring that out. I don't think he'll be working tomorrow, but hopefully Tuesday. He's been studying all day for his praxis, so that's good. Adam's back to school safe and sound. So now it's just time for me to decompress. I'm seriously thinking about getting a nice hot bath, but I don't know. I just might put my pajamas on and read my book. I'm reading a Dewberry Farms mystery. It's one of my cozy mysteries. I forget what it's even called. I think it's number 7. It was available on Amazon Unlimited, Kindle Unlimited, whatever that's called. So it was the next one in the series. I've read all the other ones. I might as well read it. So that's what I am going to sit and do. Thanks for hanging out with me this weekend. Next weekend, we have another birthday party on Saturday and nothing on Sunday. So yeah, always, it seems like every weekend now for the next all weekends have something, because track season will be starting and we'll be traveling for that. So hang out. I'll always bring you along on my weekends. Good to have the company. I will leave a couple videos linked here, my friends, and I will see you all very soon.